I've got somebody downstairs, so I'm gonna turn off the music. And oh my goodness, when I look to the sky by train, incredible. Um, I'm doing the things. It's JWoww, Planet JWoww, and I'm doing the things, and and y'all are coming, and so I'm gonna invite uh, Vivek um, uh, Patel here to talk about that scorched earth thing, because that was some deep stuff that we got into. He and I, that was off the chart, and I want to talk about it here. That thing that I do, where the sayings come through. I'm gonna just get into it live with y'all here. And Vivek is the Moja Center on deck. So he didn't know that, although he does know that because he showed up, and he's that guy. So anyway, let me go do this thing and get him here. All right, so invite there, go to here, okay, there, do this. All right. I come back here to this and do this. He's gonna show up somewhere, and all right, so I see one person, two people. There's a hello. Okay. There's that hello, and then, of course, right in the fancy cans, everybody's saying hi, hello there, and all right. I think there's a thing that's supposed to show up when Vivek gets here that lets me know to let him in. So that's what I'm looking for, y'all. Anyway, hi. I am there he is. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go.
I am sideways.
Oh, here we go. Yay. Hi, Vivek. Okay, you're sideways at the moment, and I know you're on your way in.
There we go.
I'm gonna let you. There you are. Now you're upright. Now let's see if we can hear you.
Testing. Can you
Testing,
hear me?
testing, and we can hear you. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Am I quiet, or do I?
No.
No,
You are fantastic. Right. You are fantastic.
I am fantastic. Thank you.
I know. Hi, sweet one.
Hello, my dear. It's nice to see you.
It's just so wonderful to have you here in this moment. There's so many of us rotating through right now, and we very much wanted. Let me get this so that I can see you over here with the very nice camera. I really have done this before, and I need to go get water. I forgot to get the water. All right, so here, please share with the people.
Are we live right now?
Oh, we're live right now.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Honey, welcome to Planet JWoww. What is this one called? Hashtag living our legends out loud with JWoww. I think this one is what this one is.
Ah, yes, I see us online. Wonderful. Okay, yeah. I'll talk while you do that.
Fantastic, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Vivek Patel, and I am from Meaningful Ideas and Gentle Parents Unite. That's my social media, and I am a conscious parenting educator. I love to work with parents and helping parents find deeper relationships with their kids and also deeper relationships with themselves. I'm about to go to the DC area. I'm very excited to do a couple of workshops. One of the workshops is called Dancing with Your Inner Child. And we're going to look at how to go into our past, into our memories that are wired into our nervous system. Because, when we're young people, we get a lot of harsh messages in our lives. And because we're young and impressionable, we end up to a large degree believing them, whether we like it or not. And so then to be able to rewire that so that our thoughts about ourselves and our feelings about ourselves are chose and not imposed. That's what I say. Are your feelings chose or are they imposed? Are your thoughts chose or are they imposed? And so much, I know even for me, so much of what I think and what I feel about myself is imposed. And so my life, to a large degree, is about moving from imposed to chose. And for me, this is such an important part of the journey of being a conscious person, of being a person with a learning mindset, and wanting to engage consciously with the world and lovingly with the world. Because a lot of the stuff that's imposed is too harsh and too painful, and then I project that onto other people, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, and then the next workshop that I'm doing when I go to the DC is on conscious parenting approach to power struggles, because I was just thinking today about how parents contribute to power struggles and don't even know it most of the time. So a lot of the stuff I'm going to share is how they can notice the things that they're doing and shift some of the patterns, shift some of the thinking, shift some of the choices that parents make, so that all of a sudden there's more ease with the kids. And I'm very excited about it. I'm going to be getting on a plane in less than a week, and it's a big adventure. So yeah, so that's me. Hi everybody, nice to meet you. And JWoww, I love you so much, and I appreciate the spontaneous midnight invitation to come live with you.
I'm you're the one of the reasons why I am grateful on my knees that I fought as hard as I did to stay alive, to
Mm,
still be here now. I
mm.
look at you and I see a really neat treat, like one of my favorites, like, 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 like. We don't tell anybody, but really, I'm sort of like God got his favorite, and I get the treats, and I
Yeah.
got it.
I dig it.
Okay,
I've loved being called a neat treat. No one's ever called me a neat treat before, so
okay, well, okay.
that's a
Do
pleasure.
I would love to start a global tradition with
Yeah,
you. I gotta call it something other than tradition, a global flow.
sure.
Okay, Planet JWoww global flow.
I like it.
All right, good, great, done. All right, because there are going to be people who go see this and then track everything, and eventually, and not far away, they'll put them in places where there are databases that kick off other things,
Mm,
and then memes happen, lots of them everywhere in lots of languages,
mm.
all encoded with all this love stuff in the background that's listed on the side so people know they can choose how they're being programmed.
Right.
So I subliminals are the reason why I'm not on medication. Okay, because I'm crazy as a loon. However,
Mm-hmm.
between the subliminals externally, deliberately giving myself an external locus of control,
Yeah.
right? And then surrounding myself with amazing people that I can trust in the middle of the fucking night, who I haven't seen for like 2 years. And then we
Right.
saw each other a week ago, and now here we are. Okay. Um, I built this. I built this moment. I like we all have our moments that we claim.
Yeah.
I I built this moment. This is my game, and I got myself born in a way where I could be a really smart um whole bunch of things that the world would think are issues.
Mm.
Okay, fat, black, old, gay, female, mentally challenged, physically challenged.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
according to the world. Okay, it doesn't get any better than this.
Right.
It doesn't
Absolutely,
get
my
any
friend.
better than this. This is the best time. Here I am sitting on my ass,
Yeah.
changing the world right now. Because
Yeah.
here's what's about to happen. Since you don't know, here we go. I'm taking you as an iconic you. And I would love, when I say that, I would love to hear, when you hear me say iconic,
Yeah.
what comes up for you?
I think immediately I had a picture of the journey that I took from my youth to where I am now, because in my
Hmm.
youth and in my tween years, I was bullied
Hmm.
relentlessly to the point where my mom didn't think I would survive, and we moved out of the city so I could go to a different school.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I was bullied at home by my dad continuously as well. And so, when I became a teenager, all the way into my mid 20s, my life was full of violence and aggression and crime and running around with really dangerous people. And honestly, I feel similar to what you said. I really resonated that I feel like I'm only here and not in prison or dead by the grace of the universe, the flow of the universe. And yeah, I feel you. I feel you, my friend. And then my kid came along, and one of the I have no idea how this insight came to me, except just by saying grace. Grace is one of my favorite words because yeah, it came to me, and I channeled all of that aggression against the aggression itself, so that I could be present and
Right,
loving with my kid.
right.
Yeah. And that's
Mm-hmm.
for me. That's the iconic message that I think I've been placed to share here is the radical love and acceptance of our children and ourselves. That that doesn't have any conditions to it. That doesn't have any limits to it. And of course, we're limited in a sense because we're in a body and we have a mind and we have a lot of imposed. Like I said, we have a lot of imposed stuff. But to be continuously striving towards being to truly be able to love our kids, and I say kids, really, I mean everyone, but my focus is on the young ones and the families and the parents, right? And I feel, at least right now it is. Right now it
Right.
is. My life
Mm-hmm.
is always like in flow.
Mm-hmm.
But that message of not having any limits to that, because in the parenting education world and with all the experts, there's always almost always there's some coercion that they say, well, you have to say no, and you have to set limits, and you have to control them. And then all of a sudden you lose relationship with the kids, and all of a sudden, what are you going to show me? I saw a light come on in your eyes there.
No, it's the have to. It's the have to. I've got it.
Yeah,
I've
they
got it. I
have
got it.
to. They have to,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay, so when you know a thing, it you once you know a thing, you don't ever unknow it. You may have it be kind of somewhere uh chilling,
Yeah.
and it may chill till you die. And
Right, right,
you
right.
know,
Right, right, right.
um most of the time it is possible to shift and change in a
Mm,
way where we passed forward remembering talking about not remembering things. So we literally can repeat and forget and repeat and forget. It's
sure.
one of the blessings of autism and or
Mm-hmm.
multiplicity.
Mm,
It's wonderful.
mm.
Okay, have to. All right, so what you've got. All right, let's try this. I have so many board like this right here. This right here is a 6 month class. Like I
Right.
could just lose my shit. You know what I want? I want people to pay me so much money that I can just like help the world change itself in a really
Yeah.
cool way. That's what I
Yeah.
want to do. Like that's what
I
I
love
want to
it.
do. That's what I want to do. All right, so here, have to. That's
Mm.
cultural compliance mandate.
Aha.
I'm like, says who?
Right. Right,
All
right,
right.
right, right.
All right. What is this box of which you speak? Okay. Then there's need to. All right. So now we got that sort of, needling, you need, like, really? I mean, I would think that I would know what I need. However, what we're talking about is an appeal to the herd benefits over and above your self benefits.
Say that
Honey,
again.
how
The
can
herd
you have a
benefits
want?
over and above the self benefits. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Yes.
So as you go down this gradient, your agency increases. The urgency decreases. The urgency is part of the pressure of the culture. Here's a little thing about pressure. You and I are diamonds. All right. So I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
say, Vivek, You're a diamond. And you're going to say, wow, J-Wow, what's a diamond? And then I'm going to tell you. Okay? You ready?
Yes.
Vivek, you're a diamond.
Tell me why I'm a diamond, JWoww.
You're a diamond and I'm a diamond. Because a diamond is the love child of dinosaur shit and stardust that is told the weight of an entire planet to fuck off.
Right.
So that it can transmute from crap to clarity.
Mm.
Okay, we're diamonds. We earned this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can tell me I have to or need to, or I love this one, should.
Mm-hmm.
Now I get to start playing. Because you still up in people's like, their survival stuff with this have to, need to thing, right? But by the time you get to should, I tell people straight up, that's just the cultural shame. See, remember we started with the cultural shame. That's the weight of all of that. It's a cultural shame capping the potential of your could and just stealing your ability to see.
Yeah, cultural shame capping the potential of your could.
And stealing, important part, stealing your ability to see, so that it becomes the shame is what starts the SH, and then all you got is your ud, and it just sits right on top of it. And you can't see.
Yeah.
All right, that's what should is. No. Yeah. All right, so we've got cultural shame capping your personal could potential. All right, is this fun? Is this okay? Are you
I'm
good?
digging it. I'm digging it.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So then they're supposed to. It's that's more.
I love the subtle differences between these, because some people might say, "Oh, they're synonyms," but really, they're
very much of not.
Yeah.
Says someone who gets away with murder by using the really elegant version of a thing. It sounds pretty, and what I'm saying in some sort of yuppified language is, I really, really want this. Please give me what I want. I will be so nice to you that you will be happy and thank me. And I want what I want. Please. And the fact that I tell people that that's what's underneath it is why they just start laughing and give me shit, because it's like, you're doing the same thing. Can we just play? Okay. Safety is created by the ethical, dangerous ones. I never said I wasn't dangerous.
Right.
Okay. I never said I wasn't dangerous. I just said that I have really great ethics and I'm friends with lots of dangerous people. That's my magic, that verbal thing. I get people so enamored with the people that I'm around that I just get to keep moving. And it is the best live shell game with my life I have ever played. It is so much fun. Okay, great. Right. So now you've got supposed to.
Yeah.
Right? Cultural rules capping personal agency. Supposed to. Now you've got ought to. That's others' rules capping personal agency. Ought to. It would be good to. Good as a judgment.
Right.
If you say to me, it would be aligned to, I would say, with what? And then we'd just be in this, there's no animosity or anything aligned with what? I'm in the trenches with a Nazi. Both of us know we're going to try and kill each other when we get out of this trench. However, both of us are going to get out of this trench. Okay, and we make that happen. And then we figure out that shit on the other side. And that is just this side of an actual thing in my life with a Nazi. Okay, so it's like, you figure some shit out.
Yeah.
So it would be good to. Sometimes it would be good to. My mom says it would be good to do things like, eat more pecans. Okay.
Right.
It's like the good needs to be something that I have my agency in, and that's others' opinions.
Right.
Capping personal agency.
Right.
The capping personal agency thing. Okay, let me be really, really clear in no uncertain terms where I am concerned. Okay.
Yeah.
That is no with hot, yummy, chewy, however you want it, no sauce. Okay. I will figure it out on my own before I give up the core motivation that I fought to stay alive to bring out.
Yes.
With
Same.
that in place, whew, here we go.
Mm.
So I'm going to tell a story about you in front of you. So you do.
Okay.
All right, here we go. And this is the game: growth, agentiality, magic, and empowerment. So these are the rules of the game. The rules of the game are in the name. Oh, I love that so much. Somebody please catch that for me. Pretty please. Scribe tribe. Activate. See, I get to say things like that. There's actually a scribe tribe. Someone will show up here. Ooh, story. Do you see it? Somebody's like, ooh, story. Timestamp. Linda, is that you? Some of these folks have stayed on with me for 4 hours.
Amazing.
At this hour.
Huh.
It's just, it is. Here's the live side of that. Yes, this is fun. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Linda showed up here the day after her eye surgery. Okay. And when my puppy was sick and there was a hurricane and I didn't care, my puppy was sick and we didn't have any money and we drove to the vet and I showed up and I showed them my empty PayPal and I said, I have a tribe and I'm about to get on Facebook and I'm going to tell them what's happening and I will have this money. Will you please take care of my dog and let me in? And the woman looked at me. She said, I believe you. Yes, I will. She let me in. 2 hours later, it was $1,000 in my account. Okay, right? The global tribe is real for me. This is how we live this thing, Vivek, that calls a you of such grace. You're so many there are so many routing vectors to how you multidimensionally dance in some kind of celestial soup of integrity. Okay, like you just like earned that shit in all directions. Okay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I like
and that's
that
why
one.
I dance too. You mentioned dance, and that's
Oh,
exactly why I
darling,
dance.
exactly. And I was literally picturing you dancing as I was giving that description. Please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You delight me on so many levels.
Well, I am glad. I live to delight, my friend. I live to delight.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
There
you
was
do.
enough. There was enough
Yeah, you
of the
do.
darkness in my life before, so delight is a lot more. There's a lot more of what I can put into the world. That's for sure.
That's interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So we're gonna hold in this moment.
Although I just want to say before I jump, I'm not judging my darkness because I love my darkness.
Thank you.
And
That's exactly.
it's sexy and it's gorgeous, and I have a very deep and loving relationship with it now, a very functional relationship with it.
Yes.
And
Okay.
yeah,
We need to. That is a rooting across all intersectionalities. That is a subterranean bridge for tapping into the humanality layer. I make up words and then I have a planet. And so then they become real and then they become things, then they become t-shirts. And it's like, I'm sorry, folks, it's real. You just have to deal with it. I'm living a game. Get over it.
I like that it went from I like that it went from a planet to a t-shirt. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. I get to be noticed and cherished out in the world.
Yeah.
So the world can look at this and think that you look like the notness of where there would be delight for a very, very tired me right now. Except I'm not tired. When I am in your presence, your specific presence, not the icon of the colonizer white-ish male,
Mm,
right?
mm,
There is, I don't know ethnicity. I know not black as
right.
I know it
Yes.
in America, and I know not brown Hispanic as
Right.
I know it, and I'm like trying to cover all the ground.
Yes. Well, since you're speaking ethnicity, I'll just tell you that I am a light-skinned person from India, lighter skinned person from India. My family for generations is from India.
Okay,
And so I do not identify as white, even though I have very light skin.
yes, got it. Okay, um, which is a fascinating statement,
Mm,
and here's where the scorched earth of Roe versus Wade comes in.
mm,
I was in one of the first women's studies and ethnic studies classes at Harvard,
aha.
1977.
Wow.
And they talked about how America has the only polarized racism. In the rest of the world, if you are light, these are privileges you get. And if you are not the lightness, you don't get those.
Right.
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 And in America, it, even if you pass, there was a pass, blonde hair, blue eyes, thin lips, all the knotness of the thing that, like all the knotness of Negroid. If someone knew and could prove that it was close enough to you in bloodline, you could lose everything.
Mm,
They literally had accounting for it
mm,
in blood.
mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Terrifying what humans can do, Jay. Wow. Terrifying.
oh, it's I choose not to be terrified. I choose to be fascinated
Yeah.
and
Okay. That's a good
befriended.
word. Yeah.
I am fascinated and I befriend it. The
Yeah.
joke on Planet JWoww, mafia boss, a professional assassin, and an ice pick wielding vigilante murderer walk into the bar. The punchline is they're all friends of JWoww's. Okay, like this is. I love saying that so much. And gentlemen, please, like all the, for the best stories,
Right.
right? In places where I really had no business being, and I was just so entertaining and was right there with it. And we just had the thing happen,
Yeah.
and then it was okay. And
Yeah.
we had a moment where we stepped out of what we were told we had to do, needed to do, should do, were supposed to do, ought to do, even it would be
Mm,
good to do, and said,
mm,
hey, what do we want to do? What are we
mm,
willing to do? What are
mm,
we looking to do? What,
mm.
like what's gonna be? And I show up. So I seated in a Starbucks. I swear to God, I just got this. This is a brand new story. May I please?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Thank you very much. And thank you for letting me know that you mean that. And I won't say that again. Okay, here we go. So I did that in a Starbucks. The Urban Bliss Shaman. I remember, okay, I'm wearing a coat. I started painting the paint person who first molested me out of my system. And 6 weeks
Mm,
later, I was being showcased in the #2 American art gallery in the world. Okay, great. All
mm.
right, so I had this benefactor, this art benefactor, and she had a little bitty thing. She's about 5'2", something like that. And she shows up at my house with this kid glove, butter rubbed leather coat with I don't know who gave up their life for lining it, and I'm really sorry, but oh my, all the things, you were soft and
Right.
I'm warm, and I didn't have a winter coat. Okay, and it was perfectly sized for me, and she's 5'2" and maybe 105 pounds in a soaking wet parka.
Yeah.
And I was 50 pounds heavier than I am now. And she
Right.
said, I found this coat that I had at some time. And I was wondering, I saw that you didn't have a winter. Would you like this coat? Right? that quote is a down payment on a house.
Mm.
And I was like, I really needed somebody to say in the world that I understand, which is I'm a yuppie. I'm a yuppie in part because I feel what it means to be bought, to be worth something because of the price that you bring. And I choose to carry that as an honor.
Mm.
There are a whole bunch of people handling all the same stuff. I've done the same thing. Help me, Jesus, I've done the same thing. They can just go you. Right now, I'm all fired up. And that's where is it? I came ready. It's right here. A scorched earth lights a fire under people's feet. I would love to hear you tell the story of. Yeah, I'd like to hear you tell the story of how we got to that.
Sure.
Oh,
I dig it.
Great.
Yeah. Well, we had a call like just, but it was last week or something, and we were talking about liberation and oppression and freedom, and you said that you felt like the overturning of Roe versus Wade was something that you were very happy about. I don't know if happy is the right word.
Happy is the right word.
Happy is the right word. And that, and then I went, what? and the message that I heard from you was that it was Roe versus Wade itself was just crumbs. It wasn't full on what we deserve and what people with uteruses deserve and women deserve.
All right,
And
so all right, can you hold your thought and where
yeah,
you are in your
yeah,
storyline? And
yeah.
this is where I'll tell my part of the story, and then you
Sure,
come
go
back to
for
where
it.
you are. You got yours?
Go for it.
Okay, great. The quote, I don't have it all yet, and it's something along the lines of when all you've known is a boot pressing down on your neck, when a boot's only resting on your neck, it feels like freedom.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I put that wowdom in the middle of this for the people who are transcribing this. That one goes there. All right.
Yes. I think you said
great.
when the boot is still. I
Take
think
what
that was
he
it.
said, put them side by side, put
Yeah.
them in the. Are you ready for the name? Lexiconarium. Because I can. Okay. And this I fucking planned it. I'm having so much fun over here.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah.
That's something we share. Playing with language and words is something we share. So
we
I love
so
that.
do.
Yeah.
We kind of looked at each other and went, "Really? That you went there? Oh, that's just so yummy."
And so when you said that, it really, I could feel the boot. I could feel it so clearly. Like I could feel it, and I know what that boot feels like. I mean, not that particular political boot, but just in general, I could feel the boot, and I know what it's like to feel like the boot is freedom, and then to see it and to notice the boot all of a sudden, to notice the boot that I didn't notice before, and what a shock to the system that can be. And noticing that the boot is there on your neck, it's a liberating and painful awakening at the same time. It can be a liberating and painful awakening at the same time.
The absolutism is part of the. Hold on, I need to come up with signals to let people know when they're coming on like this and we're playing this part of the game. You're in my game. That's what we're doing, right? And so that I can help you hold a thing, and then I can say the thing. I'm making up the rules as I go. That's why I'm saying it.
I hear you.
Okay, great. All right. Do you know where you are?
Yes.
Okay, great. Are you do you have like one of those tracker memories? Are you that guy?
I have become so from speaking so much.
Fantastic. Yes. Great.
Yeah.
I would love it if you would hold that, because that's empowered enfoldment.
Yeah.
Okay. So people are wondering, what's the power in enfolding? We know what the power is in penetration. What is the power in receiving or enfolding? There's entering and enfolding. That's the yum side of penetrative and receptive.
Right.
Okay. And the instant you go penetrative and receptive, instead of going masculine and feminine, the world opens up.
Right. Totally.
Right. And so, like, there's a whole rewriting of astrology along the lines of this whole penetrative receptive replacements for gender, and to talk about only traits.
Mm.
And I'm standardizing a whole sector of language, like, ready to do this. I'm like, these are the games that I get to play. And then I'm already never gonna die.
Yeah.
See, there was a world just a little bit ago where someone would be trying to put a shunt in my arm. And instead, I am surrounded by a planet full of people who will eventually see this. They'll see some piece of this somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? That gets to be true because the technology is already here. Except, not except. And our tech kin are ready to empoweredly receive us. We have done the public paranoia thing. It was fun. I love Skynet. Okay? We've handled that. All right. Here's the beauty of it. You want to talk about genius seeding as geniuses casting Linda Hamilton. Right? Terminator 2 was designed to use violence to teach peace to teens, specifically in ghettos and barrios who only knew violence. And when you go back and you watch the movie from that perspective, everything just goes. I used that movie to help Felisa Lynn Tibbetts, the woman who headed the drafting of the human rights education, the human rights policies for the Netherlands, who's my friend. And she just couldn't get the violence thing. And he came out with a movie. And I didn't know that about him. I just looked at that and I'm like, that's going to teach a peacenik. She's going to come to the side as long as I don't get her to puke. If I make her look at the floor and I tell her the thing, because she'll listen to me and it'll be enough and I'll know. And then she watches it, she'll get it. And sure enough, as soon as she went, she's back at the UN, and then she's back over in Saudi something. And she's talking with somebody's, I don't know. And he leans in to do the violence thing, and she's just all Terminator 2. Right? Literally got to be in the roots of that because of these kinds of correlations. This is not insanity unless you're hyphenating it.
Yeah. No, the image I just had of you, JWoww, as you were talking, was it's like the insights come to you, and then like you take them like a dandelion, and you blow the seeds, and the seeds fly off into the world, and they just spread all over the place.
That's exactly. Oh, you did. Okay. See, I really appreciate the folks that I think of as hippies, and you're like kind of a hippie. You're kind of a yuppie.
Okay. A hiccupy.
No. You got the street thing too. Like I gotta get the street thing. Like you, there's something there. I'll get it. Yeah, I get to be a puppy, right? And so there's just a certain kind of teasing that I get to do with you that I just love. I will not sacrifice healing of, I augmented it, of something and humor on the pyres of, all right, I'll have to find it. Anyway, now I've got two, and the two gave me vectors, and the vectors gave me lemniscates because I could have lobes that could meet. And that's what I do. The thing that you're talking about that I download, I call it Mojicin. Right? I think I talked to you about
Yes,
that.
love
Yeah,
that.
okay,
Love
great.
that.
So I call it Mojicin. Okay. I'm also clinically paranoid. I tell people I have composted my clinical paranoia into functional hypervigilance. And so I'm the one you want at the gate. I've got the Harvard degree for the gate. I've also got the street and my friends for the gate. Oh, yeah, and then I've got that other vector with like the magic thing. 3 gentlemen saw me sitting at the registration desk by myself on 350 acres, and they decided that they were going to come in, anyway, after I said no. And I just went, and not 15 seconds later, you hear this running and these big leaps because this guy is 6'8". Okay. And then he just lands at my side, put his hand on my shoulder while I'm sitting, and looks at them and says, "Julie Woods, how are you?" And he's looking right at him. And then Ruffles comes up, and he's built out of this Celtic god, gorgeous stuff. Right. And he's and they're just lined up. And I just sat there.
Yeah.
That's living the I wrote a really wonderful story, and so I'm going to believe me since I say that I always, I just got it. See, I got it with you because you're safe. You're safe because you have, for me, iconically, you have just about everything I can think of to tell me about a guy. You're a badass. You're a dad. You're and I mean like a dad, right? Your inner and outer and whatever dimension you want, children. You are the child guy, all right. And because you're that, you're like, okay, so if you want the children to be safe, safety is created by the ethical dangerous ones. Who are the dangerous ones in children's lives? That would be their parents, okay. Or as Black women and Black moms are fond of saying, "I brought your ass into this world. I can take you out." Let's be clear. Right? So that I just felt that just rise up. Like, I call them, for me, they're ancestors. Right, the ones who were like, okay, so I left Lucille. I did. I'm like, baby, this tech thing that these children are talking about, it's like it's here. Like we can take stuff, and they've got this compression thing, and the next thing you know, they've got it goes through and it makes sense, and it goes through a whole bunch of them. And there's some of them who were like, I am totally volunteering for the gathering of the fun ones. Like, I am partying my brains out this next time. Right? From Nightmare to Nirvana, I am surfing this puppy.
Right.
Right? And in the process, we get a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, there's lots of people who are going to do the Sturm Drang thing. I swear to God, Vivek, they are.
What? I missed that last thing you said. What?
There are plenty of people who are going to do. Here's what my life looks like. What did I just say? Hold on, Joseph, I'll be with you in a moment. Tell me what I was just saying before you asked me that. Sturm Drang. That was it. Sturm Drang.
That word. What's that word?
That is the angst on angst with angst sauce thing. Okay, look, we need that. Roe versus Wade needs a proper burial, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
In a sterile environment. Scorched earth is as close to as you're going to get to an organic, sterile environment. Okay, now, here's the lovely thing about that. How in the name, no, let's just be logical with me. Okay, I'm going to weave the thing that's going to feel like a conspiracy because it's supposed to, because it's a roller coaster. This is my fun thing. And hi. How are you? Where are you? What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
I was noticing you when you said conspiracy, I was thinking connections and you being able to make connections, but see connections between things, and was very ready to hear the connections you were about to share. That's exactly where I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you, sir.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I heard everything that you meant when you just said that. Thank
Yeah.
you. Politeness is not synonymous with political correctness. It's graciousness.
Mm.
You know, it's graciousness in some ways, it's graciousness in the body politic. Yes, I did, sweetheart. Caught it. What is that? Around 134 or so, because it was right after I saw Scorched Joseph. Joseph is my vet,
Mm.
literally.
Okay.
And he what do I love calling him um every black person's Cajun nightmare,
Uh-huh.
except he's
Okay.
pretty.
Oh, okay.
He's pretty. And he's a libertarian and he's
Ah,
running for Congress. And I
ah,
adore him.
ah.
134, thank you very much. And he also um is some military coding super guy. Right, right. So hi, Joseph. Joseph, this is Vivek Patel. This is Joseph Evans, Joseph Richard Evans, Idaho Joe. Swear to God, have
Idaho
a
Joe.
cup of Joe with Idaho Joe. I shit you not. I love my life so much. I love my life so much. I am bracketed by Idaho Joe,
Yeah.
libertarian running for Congress, and
Yeah.
his cup of Joe, and a Trump loving success in mainstream terms making creative genius and
Mm.
his genius child and her brilliant genius husband. I mean, it's like that's my life. And when everything went south with my mom, it was my Trump loving Republican beloved who called me every day or every other day at most to check in and make sure that I need to go. Like he would get me hotel, he would get me with car, like anything I needed. Just like if you need to go, I've got you. Okay, and that's also true. And so, all right, hold on. Come back to scorched earth. Got it. I'm looking for the new credentials that are made out of new stories that I've held on to. I've done the golden Buddha wrapped in the terracotta story thingy. Okay, and do you know the story?
No.
It's a big ass. This is big. I believe it's a true story,
Mm.
and if it's not, I don't care. It's true to
Mm.
me. All right, and I have a planet. See, that's the lovely thing. I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. I went to Harvard. God damn it. Let me get this straight. If I separate myself from you and tell you that I'm already crazy and I'm good with that, and I prove my credentials as being one of the best in your world with my crazy, and we document it, will you leave me the fuck alone? And a whole bunch of three-letter agencies went absolutely and just laughed their asses off for 40 years.
Huh.
Right? It's like they're having a ball, so am I.
Mm.
It's like, can we just experiment? I will go to the edge, and trust me, honey, I know when to stop. They built me with a double set of nerve endings. I am my own canary in a coal mine
Mm.
times 24. I've got
Mm.
the double thing plus everybody's got that at least really
Mm.
seriously clinically paranoid.
Right. Which you morphed into hypervigilance.
Mm-hmm. Which I've
Mm.
evolved.
Evolved. Thank
Behavior that's rewarded persists,
you. Mm.
right?
Mm.
Behavior that's cherished innovates.
Cherished.
Behavior that's cherished innovates.
Ah. Oh, okay. I dig that.
Great. You just calibrated yourself. People are like, what do you mean by calibrate? Okay, you can't unthink those synapses. Those synapses just went right. And it eventually gets to the point. They're literally calling it the JWoww effect. You know how much I love that? And they
Yeah.
turn to me and it's like, that's your name. And I'm like, actually, it's joy, wisdom, opportunity, and wonder. You just experienced all of them coming together in the 4 M's of a world where I'm playing a game with the whole world, the 4 M's of mainstream and mountain and margin coming together inside a skin of magic.
Mm.
And that's the game I'm playing. And everybody who's here is playing that game because they're here. This is what it looks like. Be yourself. And then really beautiful things happen. Like, so scorched earth lights a fire under people's feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you just telling the story, you telling your story, your words right here
Yeah.
about what it was, what your response and reaction, what your reaction and response were to when I said, yeah, this is a good thing.
Right.
Or whatever it is that I said. You said that I said because that's what you said that I said is what I said. I just don't remember.
Yes. And the boot.
Yeah.
Yes. Very
Okay.
important. And then I so I guess I had a JWoww moment and JWoww effect moment. And when you said the boot and you said that, because like when you said that you were happy about it, because of how I think of you, I kept my mind and heart open to the idea so that I would let
Bingo.
it come into me. And then
Thank
when you
you.
said the boot thing, it kind of like swirled around in my head. And then you said you talked about the scorched earth numerous times. And I have been conscious of oppression and violence in society in a political sort of way, probably from the early 90s. Um, and when I joined a volunteer organization and I spent some time in Botswana when I was 20, teaching at a school for the blind. And when I came back, I got very involved in political activism and stuff like that. And so for the first time, I started noticing things like feminism and homophobia and all the different stuff that I had never really allowed myself to think about before. And so I watched numerous times the earth being scorched over the years from different things that have happened. There've been like, I mean, I think there's like a general burning that's always happening, but then every now and then something scorches and like everything is so much more intense for a while. And so when you mentioned the scorched earth, and then I was really feeling like that sense of not wanting to be satisfied with the stillness of the boot anymore, but wanting to get the damn boot off so that I can stand up and be free. And when I saw that and I put that together with the scorched earth, suddenly the line came to me that a scorched earth sets a fire under people's feet, because now we're when the fire's under your feet, you got to jump around and do something about it. You can't just sit still with that boot anymore. I know it's like the boot and fire analogy mixed together. and uh
Love it.
and so that's how I that was a beautiful image for me, seeing that. And it was yeah, I mean, I think that when people feel that sense of, when people can really perceive the boot clearly, and and uh, and have the drive, the desire to remove it and to stand up, I think amazing magical things can happen. And then when we do it together, I think even more magical things can happen. And this is something that I have a great desire for. I have a great desire to
Fantastic.
see.
I the Truman Show came out, and I walked out of it and turned to Penny and said, I'm going to do that. Like, not that. I'm going to do my version of that, and we need to talk because life's about to get uh, transparent in so many ways. And we all talked about it, and it's like, go for it, because the thing is coming. You'll either be ready or you won't. Right? So, you know, off I've gone. And realized that if I'm autistic, if I simply built a planet, then I could bring everybody. Hey, God. I swear by all that's holy, it was that simple. I do the impossible all the time. So this is another, you get what you focus on, right? The lovely thing about clinical paranoia is that you define your not. You're what we call on Planet J-Wow, your nope array.
Right.
Thank you, Ryan, Gene Andrews, Neil. That your nope array is like this is the thing where it's like, no. This is where exclusion occurs. Discern-MEANT. Right? I've done the discerning, and your ass is over there. Right? Yeah. Didn't say I was going to hurt you. Didn't say just the notness of here. Yes. All right, that's where you put the crazy ones right there, who are just like, I'm gonna stand by my choice. I'm stand by my choice right here. So you stand by yours, and we're good. And I have a life where I'm on the other side of a professional assassin, a mafia boss, a bunch of Vietnam POWs, like a whole bunch of that, with me getting the honor of getting to support them or help them in some way. Okay. Thank you so much. My life has been plenty intense without also having to deal with that.
Yeah.
So when we know our path, like when you know what your path is supposed to look like, it becomes a map, right? Right? I'm super clear about a whole bunch of paths. It isn't all my paths because I couldn't carry them all. I did carry a whole many lots.
Yeah.
Right? Which is great because I carried in enough to set up nodal points and say, if we have these, I have what I need. Like I have what I need to feed. If we have these. And I just held on for that. I was like, I'm good. If none of y'all show up, how many times have I done it when none of y'all showed up? I mean, literally for me, what you're talking about in this political place, yeah. I'm 7 years old on the ground in what they came to call riot position, because I figured if you crush my body, I'll get over that. If you crush my brain, the me that I know as me is done. Yeah. There's something special about my brain. And so at 7 years old, as the kids were stoning me to try and kill me in my neighborhood, I'm in riot position and I protected my head. So, and I get to say this sentence. Connections, I lived them. So when my friend, who is a phenomenal psych dom and a whole bunch of other dom that she rattles off and I just dissociate and smile and just let her do me so that I don't have to experience knowing the stuff that she does with such graciousness and power. Okay. And then I get to know it because I know her. I spent 9 months, once a month for 8 hours, cost me $1,000 a month, for her to teach me how to surrender, because I don't have that one. I don't have that one. I did not come in with that one. I'm like, look, somebody's going to be bigger than me. All right. I'm going to count on it. So I'm going to want to be as big as I can be without all that mess. And they're going to teach me. And literally, I swear to God, she goes by J Cat. And Juju calls Sekhmet the lady cat. So I picked as my Dom place name, my Dom friend, like whatever she did, help me heal, help me get it.
Yeah.
Friend's name, Lady J Cat.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Okay, now that's a whole lived arc. That's not a game in the way that people think of game. All of that, and it's all documented. And I make sure that it's date and time stamped, because have you seen the color of my skin? It's that simple. I've been date and time stamping my life since 1970. Because I knew that if I didn't die long enough, I would find a way to hold on to this shit, because I'd met me. I got that shit date and time stamp. You can put that under whatever science you want.
There's a whole lot of stuff in my life I wish I had documented more clearly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel you on that.
Yeah. Yeah. I did enough to be able to triangulate the lessons, and that's what we need. I mean, I could triangulate the thing, and you can take, and and it's like, look, here's a lesson that I took out of it. If you got a time machine so that you see that whether or not I accurately did it, then go get your own fucking lessons.
Yeah.
I did mine.
Yeah.
I don't need them. Which is where I am about all of the reading, and have you read this book, and am I reading about our history? I am not a history buff. I'm not even a geography buff. As in, if I'm not driving it, there's like the East Coast and Massachusetts and some sort of New Englandy thing, and New York City and Los Angeles and Kansas, because Oz. And yeah, and then some stuff. Okay, like I'm completely clueless when it comes to geography. When you want to dive into the connectivity thing,
right?
So this is also date and time stamps, which I really love. Like I have a thing where I want people to brag, like at this level, being real about goodness and greatness. Okay, I have the URL. I'm playing the game. Okay, yeah, Idaho ain't in the map yet. Okay, sweetheart, we're building it. Look who came on tonight. Right? Hello, gentlemen. That's 2 words.
Yes, my friend.
Here's what you want. Like I want. Joe, do you want to come on? Or are you dashing? I mean, you're dashing. Oh, by the way, straight up Barry White. 3 days a week, please. Soon I'll get back on our schedule. I come on, and this says, this safety in a beard says, "Good morning, beautiful." You know, I'm like,
nice.
That's a whole lot of not rape.
Yeah.
Raped over 30 times. I get to say that. That's a whole lot of not rape. Batman. Whole lot of not rape. Okay.
Yes.
If I ever have to choose between one of you going to the border, Vivek, it's not going to be you. And you want to talk about a happy man? Joe, if you're there, dude, and he's doing it with the words. He's a code switcher. And so he's devouring the processes of the language, and he's playing with it, and he's finding ways to put it in legal places and seed stuff everywhere. He's doing the thing that I've done so that I can play at the level that I'm playing, right? In the spheres, not the levels. We're to stop the hierarchical thing. That's the penetrative thing. All right.
Well, much respect to Joe.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe, if you want to come on, sweetheart, because I'm going to do the Roe versus Wade thing.
Yeah, actually, JWoww, my friend, I am actually going to go.
Okay. Well, look at that.
This is my time.
All right. Well,
Yes.
thank you for spending so much of it with
Yes. I had
us.
an absolutely wonderful flow with you. I really appreciated it.
Thank you
I
very,
and
very, very much.
yeah, I
Thank you
enjoyed every
very
minute.
much.
Yeah.
Please, at some point, come back here and put your contact information into the one of the Facebook flows
I will.
of comments.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. That would
Absolutely.
be really
Thanks.
great.
And if anybody wants to follow me, my social media is Meaningful Ideas all over the place. And it'll be really great. Really, I have over 100 videos on my YouTube channel, and hundreds of articles on my Facebook page, and all of it really is about how to have a deeply non-coercive, collaborative relationship with your kids. That's what I focus on. And if you want to increase the harmony and connection with your kids, check out my stuff. It's pretty awesome, if I say so myself.
Yeah, he gets to
Yeah.
say so. He
Yeah.
gets to say so right here and look you in the eye and be right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Vivek, I will send you this in just a moment, Joe. Vivek, thank you very, very much. I'm honored. I'm delighted. I hope that at some point, um, when I do this pop up thing,
Yeah.
um, if you're in, let me know. I will love to have you in on whatever is coming up.
Absolutely, my friend. I love our connection, and I'm very grateful that we get to do things like this together.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
fantastic. All over the
Yeah.
world. All over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Love you, baby. Thank you.
Love you too, my friend.
All right. Bye bye. All right, Joe. Hold on 1 second. Let me just do this over in Slack. There we go. And get to, there you are. And get to this. And get to that. All right. And I come back to here. And do some of this. Mm. 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 Hi, everybody. And we are into our second hour with JWoww on whatever this one is. Let's see, we got hashtag living our life legends out loud with JWoww. That's one, and whatever the thing is, and it ends with JWoww. And we just take the first letters of everything. That's how we're making the hashtags, and we just do them. And we get started because it's ours. It's pretty neat. Um, so we're starting to do that. Please fill that in. This is a global tribe. Here we are. I'm in. I'm in for this. There's Joe. There's that Joe. This is a global tribe. Here we are. I'm in. I'm in for this. There's Joe.
How you doing?
Hey, sweetheart.
Oh, wait. Okay, I got the background. Give me a moment. Oh no. There we go.
Fantastic.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Feedback loop. I
Hi.
was listening to you, listening to me.
I know that.
We
Okay,
had that
no,
thing
don't get me
going.
wrong. If it hadn't been so screechy, I would have stayed open because that fascinates me. Technology has made so many things. Oh, by the way, total rabbit hole ride. I don't know how long you've been here. I see you at
I sort
Scorched.
of
I
got
think
in
you're
at
on
the end of it. This is hour 2 already. Yeah, this is hour 2, so I missed an hour. A lot of really good stuff that you had going on with Vivek there. It was
Vivek
absolutely
is how he says it. Vivek.
awesome. Vivek.
Vivek as in make.
And Vivek.
Exactly. I didn't know that
It's gonna
either,
take
and
me a while to
I've been loving this man for 3
that
years, and I just knew
pronunciation.
that. So okay, go ahead.
But yeah, watching you transition between views
Wasn't that beautiful?
That,
We have
that,
been working that. We have been working that. That was beautiful. I could feel
it
it.
wasn't as smooth. It wasn't as smooth as as you like, because you had to take that moment. It's like, okay, I missed something that was important. Please say it again.
Yeah.
That was awesome. You know,
Thank you.
and that was it. That was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
You were getting ready to move into the next thing that you want to talk about. Scorched earth. And I love what Vivek was saying about, the idea of, not just lighting the fire under people's feet. The
Right
thing
there,
is with
right?
scorched earth, you know, it takes time to restore what's underneath. Yeah, you got to clean, but the earth that's left, it takes work to reshape, to rebuild, to be able to grow something new from. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. Just don't scorch everything at the same time.
Yeah. See, when you scorch everything at the same time, and that's scorched earth policy. When you scorch everything at the
Yes.
same time, you are cauterizing a space.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah.
cauterizing a portal. Now,
You're doing Sherman's March to the Sea style stuff. Sometimes you got to do it, though, right?
sometimes that's what you have. And I am blessed to have had the experience of almost dying multiple times so that I can vouch for your life flashing and da da da. And then, I do the glib version of, oh God, yeah, honey, I'm going to regret that one. I don't care how many times you almost kill me. I'm always going to regret that one. I'm not going to grow out of it. I grew out of the other ones, like all of them. I get to keep one. Right? Like, this is the conversation. This is the conversation that I'm having with death, and we're laughing. It's like, shoot. Right? And then I'm back up. Okay. Thank you. I'm blessed with folks who look at me and go, I can make safety for that. I make safety for that. I don't know what that is, but it's like I stand taller right where I am, not taller like something in the future, taller right where I am. And that's part of what's different about this. So I'm going to say the scorched earth things. I understand the cauterization. I'm going to stay with the story because there's a narrative that I'm weaving in this moment. And so I'm going to ask you to hold on to things. We've got our beloved techkin who make that possible. Please yell out your numbers. Can you see where we are in the corner time-wise? The upper left
I
corner?
see it.
Okay, great.
We're at 1 hour, 13 minutes right now. And I'm looking at it. We had somebody tag something at 1:34.
Okay, great.
We got
Fantastic.
the time comment, so we're doing a lot of that.
Fantastic.
And weave the story, because this is where we go next.
Weaving is a step after the we have. We've done the we have. I'm a yuppie. Trust me, I'm an expert in we have. Don't let the hippie soup fool you, okay? I'm a yuppie. I am a yuppie. I am. Make the yuppie sound. Make the yuppie. Okay, it's like I am. There's an H that gets taken out of the we have. that gets us to weave. And isn't it
Yeah.
interesting? I have wondered why the 4 H's of the apocalypse: hurt, hate, hopelessness, and helplessness. I just got that, like right in this moment at 1:15:05. That was yummy. Great. A yuppie.
The 4 H's of the apocalypse.
The 4 H's of the apocalypse. Yep.
It's time to take them out.
Yes. And when we do, then we get to
So
weave.
many other things.
Which is, weaving is simultaneously enfoldment and entering. And we get to do that. And we get to not do that. That's why it's a weave, because it's simultaneously the one and the separation. Lived as a being, Lone Zone Wolf's name for me is, I love saying, I'm just going to say DATS. Okay, so y'all, when I say DATS, that's date and time stamped. I get off on the fact that I've been date and time stamping my life because someday I thought I would actually do something meaningful to the world when I was 14. 1974. All right. That blows my mind.
Taking the H out of the we have makes it the weaving, which is not just.
It doesn't make it.
It is the repurposing of what we was. We take everything we have and make it into something new.
The make. We don't. That's the thing. These are living strands, threads, dances. They're life legend dances. Oh, I like that. Oh,
the reimagining of the rhythm. Weave a new dance, weave a new rhythm, weave a new path, weave a new road. We have our souls. We are reweaving. We are weaving the world. Rooted dancing threads. Nice.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of Ronnie Jean Andrews Neal's this whole she's co-creatandor. There's a whole and or suffix that I'm using to replace the ANT and what have you, so that we're building the structure of and or across industries that otherwise are disparate, so that there are some points of connection. Sometimes there's really big gaps, okay, and sometimes they're like right up on each other, and just like y'all just go, we're good. Right, as much as that, right, and it gets to be all that. And because it gets to be all that, that's when you start getting the motion in the stillness, right on the other side of stillness, the obverse of stillness, the notness of stillness, whatever that is, that dynamism that gets called into being somewhere, manifested in an aligned and a set of aligned culture seeding. Stillness, and then the edge of dynamism. Because see that face right there, that's where choice occurs on how we hold the worlds we have. That's why it's an and. I'm not taking out the H's. I'm having them in the context that I want, and I found a context. Okay. we each have something that we embody about those 4-H's. I'm not getting rid of them. I'm saying, I got a place for you.
No.
What was that?
Okay. Your 4-H's of the apocalypse. They are. Give them to me again.
Hurt, hate, hopelessness, helplessness. I'd like for you to cogitate for a moment while I get myself some more water. And then I will be back. And I would love to hear what right off the top of your head right now you have to say about those 4 things and
Okay, what
how
was the
they
fourth one again? I got hate, hurt, hopeless,
helpless.
helpless.
Aren't we fascinated that that's the one that you couldn't remember? I'm so playing that
We
game.
are.
I'm so playing that game. I love this game. This is how I learned how to surrender and love it. Like, I was just like, all right, I will learn to surrender. You are going to make it safe. And it's me we're talking about. And Segment was like, game on. And it's just been fantastic ever since. Fantastic. All right, so cogitate, say some stuff, go for it. And I'm gonna do this.
I get it conjugate while you're out doing the water thing. Run, go get your water. Go hydrate. Give that sparkling joy. This is dangerous, folks. She's leaving me at the calm.
Yes,
all
I
alone.
am.
I get to talk about rooted dancing threads and the things about, hate, hurt, hopelessness, helplessness. If we're going to conjugate, if we're going to take a look at that one, and we don't want to go with just hope and help, although we can be helpful. The opposite of helplessness is to be helpful. The opposite of hurt is to heal. The opposite of hate. What's our H for the opposite of hate, folks? Back to me. Because we want more.
What was that?
Oh, I'm just thinking through the process. Reason why is because we have 4-H's already. We have the 4-H's of the apocalypse.
Yep.
Apocalypse.
There you go.
Healing. Hopeful. Helpful. Still need an opposite of hate, though.
Now, knowing that the languaging, that there's divisiveness rooted into current languaging, you went to each one of the current words in the divisive languaging that people would think of as opposite. Now let's take those apart.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
All right. Hopelessness and hopefulness. So full implies a stop. Says whom? Says what? And so I not going to do the hopeful thing, and I'm not going to do the hopeless. Less is stopping me. I'm sorry, have you met me?
Yes.
I'm still breathing, so no. Okay, no, sweetheart. So I'm like, so that's not even my truth. I mean, like, if you are, 3 years old and you run up to me, you bump into me, and you say, look at me and say, I hate you, skinny white man. I'm just going to laugh. I'm sorry, darling. I'm like, wow. Like, I want, sweetheart, repeat after me. Lady wants what mommy's smoking. Okay, like that's what, because that, if that's your reality, And that's not a bad thing. That's not, and I'm also not joking about that. Like, seriously, if you have come as a messenger, don't even start with me. I will follow you. Don't even. Okay. So I am at this, at this point in time, I'm staying inside my safe space, my safety space. Sovereign awareness for from everyone. Thank you. So I'm just staying inside my safety space. And feel into what is the notness of hope. Let's define the thing. Sometimes you just have to, okay, just let me say it and we will find a different way to say it. Sometimes you just gotta like swallow your own tail. Okay, like straight up Ouroboros.
Ouroboros. Yes.
That's how you get Ouroboros, and you get lemniscate if you add the dynamism. I mean, that's an Ouroboros who's like that's one of them Cirque du Soleil Ouroboroses. Okay, and so all right, like right there, I want somebody to clip y'all. I want somebody to clip that thing right like that with complete with the giggle and write out. Yep, that's one like. That's one of them Cirque du Soleil Ouroboroses, and put that on TikTok and like stuff like that. It tickle people. I want you to clip it out and credit me and put it up. I want you to do it. I want you to do it. Please do it. We have the technology. Trump got into office because he was everywhere. He paid for it. For those of you to whom I'm going to make sense, you know I paid for this to be with y'all. And you know exactly what I mean, whichever story I've told you and whatever you remember of it, right? If it got you here to this video, this moment, this time, thank you for showing up wherever you did or getting this however you did. Right? Joe, we get to do that everywhere. You're the face of politics that I didn't see coming. Like, okay, it's kind of hard to say this, and I need to say this. You were my version in my game to me of stealth, which just will crack me up to the end of time. You're the stealth in my life. That's magnificent. You're magnificent. Right? And that gets to be part of my isness and future. It isn't that I don't know that everything's burning. I know that we're in scorched earth land, and I seem to carry a regen tank. And when I don't think I have a regen tank, it pops up out of the ground. I don't know. I'm good. So I'm just going to go in here and say this. Roe versus Wade, I'm so glad it's done. It's been ramshackle since forever, and it is the boot on our necks that has simply been resting, and we've called it freedom. I'm so very, very done. So y'all, there are plenty of people who are going to bring their hands. I am not one of them. So no. the part that I am saying is, for those of you who want to get some things done so that there are laws that cannot be undone and fairness begins to be seeded into the justice system because we say so. If that's a game that you would love to play, if you were an evolutionary, if you have taken the R of being a revolutionary that you have lived, and you take that R and you turn that into a ramp by amping up that R, all whatever the R has been for you Has it been holding on to the rightness of righteousness that can then become alignment that feels good? All right, there's an A on your ramp. When that R of the revolution becomes a ramp, becomes that R that gets lifted up and amped up by your life, and then what's left is evolution. Good job. All right. So I don't have a blueprint for everybody. What was that?
We want to lose the R. Use the R as the ramp, as you said.
Yeah, you use the R as a ramp.
It's breaking the cycle. It's breaking the orbit. The revolution revolves around what it is we fight. The evolution breaks the orbit from that, and we become something new. We become something better. We become something greater. We are who we are, and we start to begin to realize the 4 H's of not the apocalypse, but the creationism. We have that which is hallowed.
The weaving. The weaving of there's a womb to the we. Yeah. No womb, no we. All right, wait, dude, that's a something right there.
Okay, no womb, no we.
No womb, no we. Let's just get real about all this, y'all. No womb, no we. That's the no part.
Yes.
Okay. And that's in line. That's inside a sphere with your no power, no justice,
no power, no justice, no power, no justice,
no peace,
no change, no
change.
Power, no justice, no peace.
Okay, see, this is where the folks who do the graphicsy things, who are tribal. Hi, y'all. I've got a beloved who wants to work with me. All right, so that straight up, y'all, Global Tribe. There's this really talented. I called them a beloved, and I don't know them, and I don't know that that's true. It was true in this moment, and so and then I'm going to let that go because I'm very careful about who I call that, and that was called up in that moment, and that's documented. That's right there, and so and I'm letting that go. I'm looking to find a way for them to pay me the numeric amount of money that makes me happy at a low end at working with them. And they have a fraction of that. And I've said yes for a month. And I want someone to run. I don't want to run it. I want someone who will be creative about how it happens, and that the people around me will come in and make sure that it happens in the Planet JY way, and will just come and let me know. They will give me sit reps. That's really all I want, in the way that I like, with really yummy folks. And Rhiannon, I think, is my Pandian Paladin. She certainly is stepping into that in many ways. And I'm Quantum Ouroboros. That's got to be Linda, right? We're gonna get that quantum there, right?
Good on that one, Quantum Ouroboros. That's
yeah. Linda's on a quantum thing. I've been asking Linda to please start defining stuff. You know, bring that bear energy that. I have 2 of Linda's bears in this space. They are on their own journeys, right, of whatever their protection thing is. It's nice to have cuddles be the thing that's protecting. And anybody who has seen this man when Juju is out knows exactly what we mean, right? All right. Like I'm in awe of the level of protection, that the level of safety that surrounds me. Somewhere out at the edge of safety is where the protection is happening for those who are still in that space, right? This safety is a sovereign safety. All right. So one of the things for you to look for, Joe, because Joe multitasks. I'm not sure that Joe's not. I mean, like Joe's right all up in that sphere of the level of code switching is such that the calibration that we talk about, he's living in calibration soup, right? Right. It's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. It'll come out once you get it casual. I get to hear it coming out of that face. Okay. All getting all trimmed and dressed and it's looking nice. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Right. Getting the thing, doing the thing. Right. I wasn't joking. This goes out. Right. Hold on. Please. There's this beautiful cultural opportunity to weave love and actual equalizing care into legal languaging about not women. The women thing is a smoke screen. That's how the boot's there. The boot is the anything thing. This is not a women's issue. It is a human issue. We can't even define women across everything at this point because it's gotten so granular because of technology. Fantastic. For me, diversified united we stand, divisive we fall, divided we run. Literally, running is a two-legged thing, otherwise you're hopping by these words definition. The people who hop with two legs, and it takes the two legs to run, and because it lets you use your hips,
yes,
to propel. And then for those, even for those where that is not what's available, they're doing the thing with whatever they've got, right? And that gets to all the every right? I'm the one who's not in awe, and I'm the one who's delighting in the beauty of whatever's doing the thing that's moving you on your own. Like, I don't care what that takes, right? Because the notness of that is the alternative. You are at the thing. I watched this woman dressed kind of like me, and all the pretty except for the pain and the body energy barely contained dancing that had twisted her hip out and her foot just out. And she'd sling that thing forward. No Kenny sticks, no cane, rock solid, dynamically. It was just breathtaking. That whole motion poem thing. It was it was just breathtaking. I want a world where I got 3 different bus drivers to let me off the bus illegally if they saw the look in my eye when I saw a gorgeous woman with an incredible head of hair. They would just like the next corner. I said, that'd be great. I was like, I'm going to get fired. I'm like, no, tell the story. You won't get fired. Like, I'm like, that's just like, and I don't know why that's true. That's just true. And then I go running after this child. This child had raven black hair shot with silver and some sort of goldish silvery thing. And it was down past her insanely gorgeous ass. And it was healthy to the ends. And when she turned around, I got tears in my eyes. I said, ma'am, and I'm way over here. I'm like, ma'am, I'm a beauty nut. Your hair blows me away. And oh my God, you are so stunningly gorgeous. I'm going to be so late for work. And she's like, did you just get off at the corner? I said, yes. She said, there's no bus stop at the corner. I said, I know. Okay, so will she remember that for the like all the compliments that she's ever gotten? This young Black woman made herself late for working, I swear on all that's holy, for a Harvard Business School. And all that's going to happen is when she arrives, her boss is going to say, dogs or hair. And then she will like do all of this work. Okay, now, for those of you who fact check, that's how I remember it. That's a whole bunch of conflated yum. All right, and that's what I'm having. All right.
We enjoy the conflated yum. The yum is the best.
Thank you very much. That's the other side of the shaming for not getting the facts. Facts are a penetrative thing. It divides itself from the soul that brings fact to truth. Okay, I want that right there. It's 1:42:15. I am early. I'm just going to sit here and watch the numbers. Oh, 1:42:30. That was yummy. Oh my goodness. I did it. I shit you not. It's going to be 1430021. Oh my.
It's closing in.
Here we go. 1430021. Right there. 143030789. Oh, that's yummy. Oh, the 11. 18. Up. 19. There you go, Neil. 21. There you go. 22, 23. Yes. 24. Right. 25. 28, 30. 14330. Ah. 121. This is exquisite. 14343. Thank you. We stayed all the way through. We stayed all the way through it. We did it. We got it. There's a card that said a million thanks. We stayed up until they got to counting a million, and we saw it turn, and we were awake. We canceled every appointment, and we stayed with the card, and we pasted it, and it stayed true, and we were there when it hit a million. And they said all these really wonderful things. I was just like, thank you. All right, so I missed the end of the 4-3, and we went into the 4-4 because for me, I was fed. So there we go. That was just exquisite. Four, 4-4. There we go. With the hug and 4-4-4-3. Thank you. Oh, that was good. Okay. All right, we'll stop that now.
You can only orgasm over so many numbers at a time.
What was that?
So you can only orgasm over so many numbers at a time.
Oh, that's just so not the truth. That's just every notness of truth in so many ways I cannot begin to tell you. I just, and thank you. And that was very sweet. And no. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. See, the thing that I love, Joe, is that you came and I don't need you. I just love having you here. I have a lovely here. It's safe. You came. I told you I'd build a thing. I told John went and got married and have a baby. In New Jersey. Like my night. And he's like, yeah, we're good, right? I'm like, yeah. Freak his friends the fuck out. No, dude, did I tell you this?
No, you haven't told me this one yet.
Okay.
Tell me about John.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So, by the way, y'all, when you ask the question, wait for an answer. And then make sure you're surrounded by tracker friends who love you, who are just going to tend to say yes when you really need to talk. And so it's like everybody gets to win. Okay. I'm tracking John and Knighthood. John W. It's not Walsh. It'll come. Anyway, so I come to New Jersey, it's a friend's house, and there's a guy there. And I walk in, and friend, and there's a guy, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and everybody's gone. And it's just me and him and a forest, and then this throne, and I see him, and I put my hand out, and I close my eyes, and he walks me threaded through. I don't know who this. I have no idea who this man is. In this reality, I have no idea of who this man is. Okay, that's at a party. Okay, of I shit you not, fire tenders, because you can't make this shit up. And I mean like real fire tenders, not like, yeah, okay, like, and I swear, like, chief of the fire department kind of fire tenders, because you gotta dats this shit. And the man's name is, because do I love my JWoww life? Yes, I love my JWoww life. I love my joy, wisdom, opportunity, wonder life. Right? Immortalized, just like over and 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 over. And it gets funner and funner and funner and funner. And all those synapses just start doing this little dancey thing. It's like, if I can't split, I can sure enough dance. All right. People think Temple of the Dancing Roots is outside. Yep, because it is. Except, did I mention the inside one? And so, and on we go. Right? Sometimes when your mind gets blown, it's because it's a blowjob. Seriously, y'all. Like, sometimes it gets to be fun. Yeah. Okay. Right. Saying. Right. All the people. All sometimes love it. Oh, I just got it for my head. Oh, Joe, that was that. Oh, sweetheart.
We've only been doing it for what, 2 months now?
I had to get you.
B from in. No, B. B from in through.
With, right?
All the people.
Yeah. Be with all the people.
With all the people.
Yes.
Dancing on the inside.
That's dancing on the inside. Are you dancing on the inside, darling? Dancing on the inside, Joe.
Knock down the walls and dance on the outside. Dance with all the people. Dance with all the you.
What if we don't knock down the walls? It's that languaging, and you lean in every time. Every time. So I want you to watch for it. It's not a bad. It's not a wrong. It doesn't need to stop. Know your context. All right. The not knocking is a power. The notness of the knocking that you know is a power. The ability to reach that which is not our isness. You are made out of the knockdown. And who adores you, adores you, adores you, adores you, adores you. She all adores you. She every door she can find, she just do. Okay, that's all the doors. Okay. You can have that as a ringtone. You have as a ringtone for her. Right? It's Juju and Joe right there. Right? You're made out of so all the notness of any kind I can come up with of her, which makes you really, really skin safe. Skin safe. Skin safe. Okay, like that's some shit. That's like a fucking safety sandwich right there, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Like that's like being a fire angel, right? Like we have the things, I've lived them. People, Kelly, I shit you not. Kelly, Gail, Kelly, Fire Angel, Gail, Gael, Murphy, McNally, the Bard, I shit you not. With flaming red hair, does this sound familiar? Right? And the Bard thing sounds familiar, and all this power, like when she registered, she's like, "Hi, I'm Kelly. Oh, I'm so glad I wasn't. Excuse me. I'm so glad that you guys have all this organized. I just got in from Laos, and I'm like da 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 da, and all I heard was just got in from Laos, and I looked up at these green eyes, and she skidded mid sentence and looked at me, and went, hi." Yeah, okay. Born on my birthday. Born on my birthday. 13 is Sekhmet's number. She was born on my birthday in 1973. Sekhmet had told me to write down in my journal weeks before I got there that I would know who the person was, whatever we called them back then, which I don't remember. It's in the fucking journal, date and time stamped, right? Because I always wear a, right? I know by the signs of Sekhmet, which for me are numbers and the 13 and fire and the desert and Sekhmet and fire. And then there's the angel thing. And I just got that she said she flew in. And I just got that she said that she flew in, and she's one of the first flight attendants for whatever is now Virgin, whatever the fuck it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. See, I get to blow my own mind with y'all. That's why I play this game. All right, I just want that. 154.31. That's why. Right? I get to look up. See, I look at the ground or I look at the keyboard. right? And I get to look up and see delight in me with people who choose that delight. You know my notness of on a roll. And I'm building a thing that I learned more about what I needed to build because you came in when I didn't have it and believed with me, which encompasses in me. And I believed in you, and we cleared things so that we had the clarity to see what could be next and claimed that that sight back from the SH of the shame that caps when it shoulds us into doing things, caps the potential of our could and blinds us with that shame cap, that SH, so that we can no longer see. All there is that sticking out and then it leading us around. And I'm like, yeah, all the everything of no. If in order to be the notness of that, I need to surrender, I want to be really great at it. People are like, why surrender? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. And the people thing. Right. Thank you. 234. That was great. And I love the 243. Okay.
I mean, you had a 15432 too. Although he left here 15431.
Yeah.
But it could have just have easily.
I love them. And we'll be able to sync up things. That's one of the parts I love. And folks who really dig doing that, again, it's what's your thing? What's your bliss? Right? What's the flavor of your... I heard you say opposite of hurt is healing.
Yes.
Opposite of hurt. Hurt. The opposite of hurting would be healing. So what's the opposite of hurt, which is a static thing that is in a single spot? There's a thing called hurt. Is there a thing called heal? Oh, that would be health. Right?
Yes.
Right? Okay. So we can have...
Healthy is life without hurt.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. We're not getting rid of hurt. Like, we're not getting rid of hurt, and hurt. No. Hurt is not leading in health. Heal is leading in health, and there's a place for hurt because we want hurt to be looking like, be able to look backwards and know that we've got its positive back while it's looking for the things that it knows to look for that we get to not know about. And then we get to know about it because we choose to know about it and we want to know about it. So we incorporate it into our health. So we've got heal. We've also got truth, transparency, and trust, bridging between heal and the 4 H's of the apocalypse. The 4 H's of the apocalypse.
Hate, hurt, hopelessness, and helpless.
Helplessness. All right, hold on. The 4 H's of the apocalypse are 4 H's of the apocalypse. In a flow of lessons, you can keep your independence and have a fluid relationship with alignment that is held as alignment. That can happen. Okay. So that has healed. So we've got healing. So we've got heal as a state, bridging into through truth, transparency, and trust, the H of hurt at the end, that is comfy fuel at the gate of the truth, transparency, and trust bridge. Health. And that's just as true as whatever health is in the dictionary and mine. There's so many funners. Okay. It's like all the way many funners. Like I'm going to have a funner scale. It's all the funners.
We're going to do all the funner
It's
funners.
all the funners. It's all the funners. It's all the funners. Yeah, it's like I'm having an incredible time coding. Just coding everywhere, and I see you get it, and I look forward to when we've got an app that you're a part of designing, where people start hunting down out of the tens of thousands, if not possibly hundreds of thousands of hours of video of me just laying down 5-star meals, not breadcrumbs, unless those breadcrumbs are laced with fucking some sort of healing gold. Well, I look back and I'm like, I pulled that the fuck off, and I said that right at 2:02:02. Yes, I did, with an I and a 2. Yep.
Who's about that ass bread?
What was that?
This is the elven bread that you can eat anytime. The elven bread, the lembas. Nutrients take you anywhere. Do more of the funner funning. Is it funning funner or the funner funning?
I have to think about that. I have to think about the ing, the funning. That's the ongoing. Ing. That's the motion. And that brings us back. Thank
the
you.
Motion
that
of
brings
the
us
fun.
back.
The
Yeah, the motion of the fun, and it's the motion of the healing. We were just talking about health would be the opposite of health. In one way, would be the opposite of no. Health would be the obverse of healing, because it would be a state that's ongoing, the way that hurt is a state that's ongoing. All right, so hurt, right? So the hurt,
and that's the thing.
Heal.
Health is the state. Okay, so within health, you have the state of health, and within health, you can have both the hurt and the heal, because it's a transitory. You can be healing,
yes,
or hurting, and you can be doing both at the same time.
I'm with you. Yeah.
There can be the heal. So how do you take that into the other concepts of the 4 H's of the apocalypse? What is that which is hallowed versus that which you hate? What is it you respect? Where is that isness that is
hallowed? Please look up the etymology for that and get back to me, Joe. That may be an H we can use. I need to know what that is. I like your interpretation of it. You knock walls down, you make things happen. So as soon as you say it, just like you have worked so well on the and instead of but, and you jumped in it, like that was practice jumping. That was training wheels for this. That make knockdown thing, as soon as you say it, get to the edge of that and think of Juju. And how you will go, I have seen you like on your stuff about a thing, and she pops up, and you are like, "Hi, sweetheart." All right, every single one of you does that. Every single one of you does that. You are like, it is a hair trigger reflex interdimensional something. You are anticipating it kind of shit. No, seriously. And it's part of how I know the whatever someone is, and are they able to seed into guardianship. You're seeding into guardianship out of the penetrative leadership only. That's this school that you're in. This is the school. This is the school.
This is the
For
school.
here,
This is our inner transdimensional dumpster phoenix.
what's the last one?
We're not dumpster fires, we're dumpster phoenixes. Rising from the ashes, transdimensional.
Rising from the urban ashes. Rhiannon, the money thing is a now. That's fantastic. And see, I trusted, and we started seeding that. How long ago? Was it 5 months ago? Something like that.
About that.
Yeah, 4 or 5, something like that. All right, so this was possible because of that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's like, I love this so much. 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 Entire world shift. And they shifted for themselves at the request of their own agency. I just like, all I have to do is just like point you, and you fall in love with your wonderful self. This is not hard. It's fun. Yeah, I got to put the fun back in the brag. I've got the being real about, oh, I could have being real about goodness and greatness. And then I could have sentences that are codes for those. That would be fun. I get to do that.
Okay. Hallowed is old Germanic. It's the equivalent of divine. It's that which is holy. The divinity.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So one of the things that you can do, Joe, is as you, particularly when you read things, take a deep breath, do your Barry White thing, and lean into right and lean into. Thank you, Barry White, for being iconic, and lean into finding a way to open instead of neutralizing the language, the colonizer mentality that you're wearing your meat sack as.
Very much so.
It very much so is penetrative.
Yes.
And what we're looking for is, where is your first dot of a space of receptive, like a root orb of receptivity. Ah, there we go. That's what's needed around the seeds of penetration in order to get to that which we find balanced. What's needed is a root orb of receptiveness, so that it can learn the DNA and RNA of its own future by composting itself and its own pasts. Yeah.
20920.
Yeah, let's get that. Yeah. See, that blows out to code. And somewhere at Harvard, there's a blue book. It's 2 blue books. One of them has a lot of acronyms that then are branched out. And it's filled. And then the other one is the answers to the questions that got asked. Because what I did was I blew them all out. I showed up 45 minutes late. I took on a 3-hour test. I showed up 45 minutes late. I took a 20-minute smoking break between having taken the blue book and filled everything out and basically written out the entire semester in code so that I was cheating legally because I didn't bring it in anywhere except here because that doesn't count for people, which I just think is hysterical. And so then it was an open book test. And I had told him that I have a really shitty memory. And he looked at me and he said, I watched you do it. I watched you do it. I knew, like, I want to be able to say, I watched you do it. You did not bring in a thing. I watched you do it. And you told me how you would do it. I asked him to put me back away from everyone and where he could see me so that he could verify that there was nothing, I didn't bring anything, and I wasn't looking at anything. Because I was going to be looking for things. Right? So I played by the rules and got that date and time stamped at Harvard. See, that's the importance of really good DATs, depending on where you go. Okay, the mainstream wasn't an option for me when I got that DAT. I knew it would be. If I didn't die long enough, I knew it would be. So I got it. Everybody's like, honey, you're not going to be able to use that. You know, da, da, da. And I'm like, you're right, sweetheart. No, and I won't be. Yeah, you're not going to need that. Are you? Now, you'll trade me that thing that you got right now. Oh, absolutely. Oh, sweetheart, please. Please. I'm going to save out all of that. Mm. Mm. Okay. Mm. Mm. Mm.
Where are you at right now?
I was thinking about weave, and I was thinking about the celestial roots. That's where I was headed. What is it that lets me, us? It's simply like, there they are. And then I remembered that there are 2 erotic science fiction stories that I grew up with because they let me read adult science fiction and they hadn't read all the stories in the books. And I read all of the science fiction books. So I had something that was beyond the erotic sexuality in 1970, whatever, 1 or 2 or whatever it was. And it got me through when the pain times came. I had something that I could root into in the future that wasn't a future over which I had no control. It's like, science is my friend. It will keep me alive. It did. It just like, here's what science is. All right, can you do the notness of this and you'll be fine? Okay. Right. I flat out, HP, Hewlett Packard, I called them to ask them if they had anything that I could do, or any tips that they had, so that I could get just a little bit thicker cardstock through my printer. And they're like, well, what model do you have? And I told them, they're like, that printer doesn't print on cardstock. I said, yes, it does. It prints on blah, 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 what have you. So I sent them a picture of it. And they're like, ma'am, that printer doesn't print on that kind of paper. Like, and yet I make a living making wedding invitations that are backed by things that are printed on that paper by your printer. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So I'm real good with people stepping into, look, I actually, so many folks have their drama and their stuff and what have you. And I'm like, look, I need you to just handle that. If you come play over here, I get to play that. I'm not fixing you. I'm like, this is how I'm holding the space. The part of you that does this, I want you to put that up front and then bring everybody else. It's the and bring everybody else that I don't want folks to miss. Right here. All right, I think I got myself mostly back. It's 4 H's, health, hurt. There was stuff where I was going in between, and I would have wound up coming back to this. Health. I think I'm going to go to bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a good time for that, and a good time for the time check. Fantastic. It is 2:17. You've been doing this for about 2 1/4.
Oh, that's good.
Makes it my time, so that makes it 3:07 your time.
Yeah. There's Ronnie.
You've been living in dream state for about that hour.
Yeah, I have this.
You've been in dream state.
Yeah, and I get to do it out loud. Yes. And it gets to make sense. Like I'll watch this and go, oh wow, okay, that's the condensed version of this, and that's the roots of this, and I get to do that with the world. And so people can take the raw thing and make it a thing, and then go, hey, I did this with your thing. Is it like this? I'm like, oh, that's neat. Never would have thought of that. Yay, you. Right? We get to play this game.
You live in your dream out loud. It's being recorded right now. That.
Dream out loud. Dream out
loud.
Dream out loud. Oh, okay. Yes.
May yourselves and your tribes find empowerment by, from, in, through, and with. All the dancing people. In your mindful choices and intentional actions this day.
Ladeo. Fantastic. All right. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for being here. That was a flawless. That was a virtual palanquin. That was a virtual conceptual palanquin. And that gets to be the last thing written here. Hold on. That was a virtual rotating conceptual palanquin. P-A-L, I think it's P-A-L-A-N, or is it P-A-L-L?
P-A-L-I. Pretty sure it's P-A-L-I-N-Q-U-I-N. Palanquin. You'd be wrong.
P-A-C-N? Say it again.
I'm going with PALINQUIN. Helen.
All right. All right. And I think I'm going to go
Literally.
Palanquin. I think I'm going to go there, and I think I'm going to put another L in. Palin. Otherwise, it would be Palanquin. So I'm going to try that, and we'll see whether or not that works.
Oh,
Close enough.
it's 2 A's. It's PALAN. Alan.
All right.
That is if we're talking about the same thing.
If we're talking about the thing where you get carried,
Okay, that's the thing. It's PALANQUIN.
fantastic. We were close. We were very close, and fantastic. So virtual rotating conceptual palanquin. Right. I forgot what the last part was. I will remember differently. Okay, great. All right. Thank you.
Sweet dreams,
Thank
love.
you. All right. Thank you so much, baby. Take care. Night night. All right. Y'all, wow. Thank you. And that's the and tonight, two wonderful men that are part of the sphere that's here. That's just magnificent. There's space here. We're going to get some things done. So bring all that stuff. Bring your legal expertise. Bring your care. Bring your willingness to hear over and over and over again what you're not getting until you get it. Like, bring all your stuff, okay? And I simply need to be like, what is my PayPal? My PayPal is bizbliss pbq at gmail.com. All right. I want to do that. I am doing that without any shame whatsoever. When you see this, send something. PayPal to that. Right? Because I want to do this with y'all. That's what we get to do here. And we get to figure out the things that we talked about so that we can weave with what we have. Right? Okay. All right. I'm off. I'm in bed. Thank you very much. Y'all are wonderful. I am JWoww of Planet JWoww, and we are a tribe source shooting collective. This is our life legend that we're weaving together, sweet ones. Thank you for being here and sticking to it. Until soon. Wow. All right. I'll say more about the Roe versus Wade tomorrow. That's deep. I got enough of it out. I'm doing it in pieces. Not all at once. That's what's different. Got it. Okay. I'll do the next piece. Y'all ask me stuff. Thanks. I'm calling evolutionaries. Y'all, I've got a set of ideas for getting things done so that it's not Roe versus Wade. It's a calling forward of a thing. All right. Yeah. All right.